How Sigma male deals with overly jealous girlfriend. Sometimes, we love people who aren't good for us or make us so frustrated that we want to rid them from our lives. At the same time, we are drawn to them and love them dearly. That poses a severe hardship for someone who constantly tries to prove themselves to be trustworthy only to be told at every turn they aren't. Dealing with a jealous girlfriend can be very confusing. You might not know what to do. It is human to be a little jealous when you see your partner looking at someone else or watching someone interested in them. But there comes a point where it is identical to distrust. If your jealous girlfriend continually distrusts you to the point of smothering you, consider whether it is worth it or not to be with her. If your jealous girlfriend has a tendency to be even-keeled, and you don't see any other jealous tendencies in her relationship with others, something else may be driving her behavior. Why is she jealous? A Sigma male starts by asking two questions. Is it something he's doing? Or is it something about her and her personality that brings out the green-eyed monster? It doesn't matter which one it is, because there are always ways to help her and reassure her. The one thing a Sigma understands more than anything else is jealousy stems from the feeling of being unloved or being loved less. If you love someone but feel slighted or ignored by that person who claims to love you back, we are bound to feel jealous. There's a lot more to jealousy than meets the eye. So instead of a Sigma male rolling his eyes at her, or convincing himself she's petty and clingy, he tries to see things from her perspective. How Sigmas calm jealous girlfriend and her fears. The simple steps that work wonders. There are things you can do to calm her fears. Learning to see the cycle and altering your own responses may be enough to find a way to get past the jealousy. That will make for a smoother ride. If you listen to the signals she sends you, you may be able to combat her insecurities and build the trust to straighten out your relationship. Here are a few ways you can help your jealous girlfriend and perhaps save your relationship. Number 1. A Sigma male makes her feel valued. Many people who experience jealousy lack self-esteem and look for someone to validate them. When a jealous girlfriend doesn't feel safe, she constantly looks for attention from you. Even if she doesn't think you are cheating on her, she may know that is an automatic trigger for attention from you. If you make her feel needed and valued, she likely won't seek your approval and attention in the wrong ways. Instead, she feels settled knowing you are hers and she is yours. Number 2. Sigmas keep track of what triggers her jealousy. Women are cyclical beings. We would bet she gets more jealous when things are going on outside of what happens in your relationship. If you notice a pattern, it makes it easier to head it up and not do the things driving her so mad when she is at her most sensitive. Number 2. A Sigma keep the track of what triggers her. Women are cyclical beings. We would bet she gets more jealous when things are going on outside of what happens in your relationship. We know this sounds ridiculous, but keep a journal of when she seethes with jealousy. Number 3. Communicate your feelings to her. A woman who isn't getting the validation and communication that she needs from you will likely think you are giving your emotions and opinions to someone else. Sometimes it makes no difference if it is a man or woman. The fact you aren't confiding in her or including her in your life makes her feel cheated on. If you don't communicate with her and hold things in, she may misinterpret that as someone else holding your attention and your ear, making her react with hurt and accusations. If you tell her about what goes on in your life, even when you have a hard time and don't want to talk, she knows why you withdraw and won't make the wrong assumption you found someone else. Number 4. Sigmas reassure her of their feelings for her. You may think if you tell her how you feel through your actions, she'll get it. But women are verbal creatures. When was the last time you actually said the words to her? When did you last tell her how much she meant to you? How much you love her? If you don't let her know how you feel, then you are leaving room for interpretation. Obviously, men and women differ in the way they relate and the things they need in a relationship. Some honesty and forthrightness about your feelings goes a long way and likely saves you a lot of heartache. Number 5. Avoid the things that create conflict. You may be thinking, why should I have to change for her? But if you want peace, you either need to cut her loose or avoid those triggers you know drive her wild. Many guys want revenge for their girlfriends behaving in overdramatic ways, so they do the very things that make her go crazy. Be careful. Once you let the crazy out of the closet, it is hard to recoil. If she doesn't like you texting your friend from work, don't do it when she is around. If she doesn't want you talking about her, don't do it. What is worth more? Getting back at her symbolically or maintaining peace. Number 6. Choose between her and those who make problems in your relationship. If you know certain people in your life cause conflict, decide who is more important. Perhaps the relationship with your mother is too close for her comfort. In that case, back things off a bit. If your best friend likes to cause trouble in the relationship, choose her over him for a time. Once you establish a trusting relationship with her without the ups and downs, pick up where you left off in your other relationships. Those who are close to you and love you should want you to work on your relationship first. And then they can take their place in your life again. Include her in things. If you exclude her from major decisions, ventures, and your day-to-day, then she probably feels like you are cheating on her. Obviously, cheating on her with a woman and excluding her in your life differ. But not to an insecure and jealous girlfriend. If you hide things from her, then you are cheating in her mind. If you want to build a life with her, build one. Meaning you two are the foundation, not just you and her as an accessory. Number 8. Make her feel more of a part of your world. If she complains that she doesn't know you as well as she would like, or where she fits into your world, then you are probably excluding her from what is important in your life. A girlfriend may not be the cornerstone of your world, but you are hers. If you don't feel the same way, then you need to be honest, and it may be time to move on. If you don't want to be a partner, let her know. Don't toy with her emotions, telling her she is your number one priority, and then make her feel like she isn't. Number 9. Be present in the moment. Put the phone away when you are with her. Men and their cell phones frustrate and hurt women. The fact that you think a digital device is more important than anything, we have to say, drives her crazy. She feels like you are cheating on her because you constantly check your text messages or your email or just look at your mobile device. If it causes a problem, it is just time to choose. Number 10. Ask her questions about how she feels instead of assuming. Maybe there is something that is really bothering her, and that is the source of her anxiety. Don't assume that you know why she is making the accusations that she is. There may be something that you don't know or some miscommunication she assumes between you. If you take the time to ask her, "Where is this coming from?" she will likely let you know. There won't be any misunderstanding about what is pissing her off. Communication is key. Number 11. Be a little jealous of her. If you don't care at all what she does or who she talks to, it makes her think you don't care because you care about someone else. If you show no interest at all that she talks to an old boyfriend, that goes beyond trust, translating to her that you just don't care if you lose her at all. Jealousy is ugly. But what is even uglier to a woman is if you don't care what she is doing. Of course, don't turn into your own version of the green-eyed monster. But make sure that you take an interest in what she's doing at the very least. Number 12. Stop ignoring the issue. Whoever told you if you just ignore it so it will go away eventually, was wrong. You aren't 2-year-olds having a temper tantrum. The worst thing is to ignore it or her. That is a surefire way to kick a jealous girlfriend into high gear or to see her walking out of your life. Number 13. No matter how frustrated, Sigma male never talk badly behind her back. If you say one thing to her face and another behind her back, then she loses trust in you, period. If she can't trust you, then she is going to be jealous for a reason. Don't badmouth her or turn allies against her. If you are supposed to be a partnership, behave like it. Number 14. Keep the conflict between the two of you. Even if you want some advice, the best person to turn to isn't your best friend, your mother, or even her best friend. If you go behind her back to ask about what to do, you create an atmosphere of distrust and anxiety. Talk only to her about the problem. Number 15. Don't let a molehill escalate into a mountain. If one issue keeps rising, address it. Talk about it rationally. Instead of waiting until you are in the heat of battle, it always ends better that way. If you head it up before she even gets upset, then you won't have to go through the battle at all. Jealousy can be ugly, but understand where it comes from. A jealous girlfriend can be a difficult challenge to face. Is there something you're doing to exacerbate the issue? If not, find out what the real trigger and problem is. If you can't do anything about it, support her as she faces her own demons and conquers them. Remember that jealousy is a normal human emotion. Yet, that doesn't mean you should feel distrusted and uncomfortable when you're doing nothing to cause it. In the end, something has to change. Isn't it better to work through it together? What are your experiences with a jealous girlfriend? Kindly share. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe and share this video. We appreciate your support.